So that was our friend Jay, and let's see how we can help him, right? And probably help other folks as well. So let's inspect his files that he emailed me, and is this one right here, leader color problem in block J. So I'm gonna open his file really quick and let's inspect it together. All right. So we have problem one and problem one also right here. So it looks like we have two problems in one question. So he says this leader is not changing red color. Okay, so let me inspect this. So this looks like a block. Yes, a block reference. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, I'm not gonna explode the block because that would be the easiest approach here, right? To explode this block, but maybe he doesn't want to do that. So what I'm gonna try to solve it is going back to the block editor again. And what I can do here is, let's select some of these properties of these lines. So it says by block, okay, a color by block. So let's select this leader. Okay, color by block. Now, okay. So the leader is set by block, guys. But it's set to color layer 0. So the first attempt that I'm gonna do here is change the layer to 0, all right? Because when you have objects inside block, you want them to be on layer 0, right? But I don't know if this will also apply for leaders, right? Leaders are a special thing in AutoCAD, special object or feature. So let's see if that will solve the problem. If not, we'll try something else. Again, let's change it, the leader to properties, the layer to 0, and let's see how. Let's see if this helps. Save the changes. Yes. Nope. This doesn't solve the problem. Again, let's see, properties. It says 0. Let's see. Here we go. That's, I think we discovered the problem, guys. So the problem is this color being overwritten right here. As you can see, this is on layer 0, but the color is being overwritten. So if we change this, right, and fix it and say by layer, you can see immediately that all of my leader also, the color also changed. So then the right way to do this, right, is, so let's see if we can select this block. If it has a name, it says block 01. Okay, so the right way to do this is creating a layer, right? I'm gonna go on my layer palette and create a brand new layer. I don't know the name of this block, right? But I'm just gonna call it block 1 because again, this is all up to our friend. Let's say if this would be kitchen equipment, I will create a kitchen equipment layer. But since I don't know, all I know is block 1. That's what I'm gonna do, and simply change the color to red. Right? That's what I will do, and click OK. And then I will, of course, set that layer to my block, and we can see that again our leaders are not changing color. So let's try something else then. So let's go back to the block editor and let's inspect again some of these properties. This line is by block on a layer building 1. What about this one? Dim. Oops, yeah, that's the problem again. Hatch. Like everything it's on a different layer. So layer 0 by block. So let's change this to by layer. All right, so let's do a test. Let's change this leader to by layer. By layer 0, that's fine. So let's close and save the changes. And here we go, my friend. That was the problem again. I was getting confused as some of these properties have different layers, the hatch, the dim, the leader itself. So I, I could easily fix this by exploding this block and just put everything on one layer and put everything. But again, maybe that's not what our friend Jay wanted, right? He wanted to keep the same layer properties, the dim layer, the hatch layer, and so on. So that's what I was trying to find a way around to keep those layer properties, but fix the issue. And here we go. So that's how we fix it. Let's try to fix the other layers now. Go back to the block editor. And simply what we did was, change the, I'm going to right click and say select similar. Of course, these layers are on different layers. So I'm going to select another one and say select similar to select all of these leaders. And the way we fixed it again was changing it to by layer, and the layer would be layer 0, right? So that way, when we close and save the changes, the leaders will get the properties from that specific layer, right? That's what we want, guys. So here we go. First problem solved, Jay, and hopefully this is going to help other folks also. And you have another problem over here. So let's first inspect this multi-leader. So it's color green and layer 0. Again, some of these properties are overridden, like the color, right? Now, I don't think this would be the same issue as the first one, because the first one was a single leader, right? That was separated from the text. But here, this is a special case. This is a multi-leader, which means the text is connected to the leader. And that's a different item in itself, and of course have different ways to tackle the problem, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my properties and see the leader color says by block, the text content. Let's see if we can find a color for the text, right? We have a leader color right here, but we are looking for the text because the text is the one that is not changing color. So text style, direction, rotation, background, nope. So first attempt we failed. There's no color that it's overridden here. The second try that I'm going to do is get inside my multi-leader, right, and see the color, right? So here it's color yellow is being overridden. What about this other one, the one that is good, the multi-leader that is working fine? It's green. So of course I could cheat this a little bit. I could go ahead and just override this to green, right, and say done. Right, that would be the easiest approach and the simplest. But of course, we want to figure this out. We want to understand how multi-leaders work or behave. So this I'm gonna do Control Z to undo that, because again, that's not the right way to just overwrite properties here and there and do a mess, right? When we send this drawing to other folks, oh my god, they're gonna suffer by changing some of these properties. So then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to check the style of this multi-leader. The style is let's see, standard. That's the name of the multi-leader style, standard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click on one of these multi-leaders, on the good one, and I'm gonna say add selected just to insert the same multi-leader. So I'm gonna go here and go like here and say maybe test. And we can see something interesting here. The new multi-leaders are coming on the correct color for the text, of course. But again, if we match properties to this other multi-leader, it's not changing the color. So that make me think that somebody overwrote some of these properties for this multi-leader. And the easiest way to fix those overridden properties is by going inside my multi-leader, selecting everything with Control A, and go over here on these options right here and say remove all formatting. So once I do that, you can see that now my multi-leader text changed to its desired condition. Now the beauty of fixing this in the correct way is that when I now maybe change this to a different color like red, and I match properties, this will also update as you're seeing it right here. Join our email list or newsletter from the video description, and you'll be able to ask your question and maybe be featured on this lazy question show.